But every now and then there's some ignorance and some foolishness that does require our attention. For example, the latest Cam Newton camp adventure. I don't know what it is about training camps and not training camps, 7-on-7 camps, football camps, and Cam Newton that seems to inspire foolishness. It feels like just yesterday that we were talking about some kid talking trash to Cam Newton, talking about where are his parents. Now we have adults apparently fighting with Cam Newton at a 7-on-7 camp. I just think that Cam Newton should retire from football camps altogether. Like, do not grace these football camps with your presence anymore. And speaking of like growing up and whatnot, like, when I was growing up in New Orleans, my high school, college days, there were certain spots, clubs. I think, I don't want to get this wrong, I think it was Club Whispers, which sounds like a place where shit goes down in the parking lot. When I say Club Whispers, doesn't it sound like a place where like they're gonna be fighting or worse in the parking lot at Club Whispers? Like that was the type of place that inspired the phrase.
Like I'm whispering to you?
Yeah, Whispers, yeah.
No, that don't sound like, I'd be deceived by that name. No, that sound like I can go in there and listen to some
That's true.
Freddie Jackson and some Alexander O'Neal and Luther Vandross.
That's true. But it's like, okay. But anyway, it's like, hey, nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing good happens when Cam Newton is at a football camp, or so it seems. It just seems like somebody gonna get out of pocket with Cam, and I can't figure out why.
Hey, first of all, remember what Said was talking about when people, you don't even know why people running. It's like, oh, wait a minute, something going on,
right?
And they just start taking off.
Right.
Now, when there's a fight, this is where you know you in the wrong company. You see those people running to the fight. In that video, what you doing? You're running to the fight. What you gonna do? You go instigate, you go jump in, you go jump on the pile, whatever it is.
Well, I have much respect. Before you go on, if I may, sorry, real quick.
Go ahead.
The idea of jumping people, that's the most punk ass shit. Like, I have always had a problem with the concept of jumping somebody. In the immortal words of Martin Lawrence, you so big, bad, bold, like fight Cam Newton, 6'5", 260-pound Cam Newton one-on-one.
At least.
Every time I see somebody jumping, like ganging up or jumping somebody, you know whose voice I hear in my head? You know whose voice I hear in my head? I hear Richie from The Last Dragon. Coward. Like, why are we jumping people? Like, just like if you want to fight him and see how that goes for you, which is a separate conversation, which I'm sure we'll get into. But continue with your point. I apologize.
But I was gonna
jumping
say,
people
look,
turns me off. It's like it's the least big, bad, bold, masculine thing you can do is jump somebody. Anyway, go ahead.
It's whack. Let me tell you something, man. I got a lot of respect for Cam Newton. You say, and I know perhaps it's tongue in cheek. Hey, well, Cam, why do you keep coming to these football camps?
No, it's definitely tongue in cheek.
Yeah, but see, like Cam Newton is always, when he is dealing with the public, when he is dealing with kids, he always takes the higher ground. He always takes the high road, and maybe always is too extreme, but in the cases that you referred to, like the kid was trolling him. There was a kid saying, "You're a free agent. You're a free agent." And Cam was like, "Hey man, Cam was like, I'm good. I'm like, I've made millions of dollars. I'm rich. I'm fine, son. Like, where's your daddy? Where are your parents? Like, what's going on with you?" He really could have. He said, "Where's Pappy?" I remember saying that. "Where's Pappy?" But then yesterday, he's at a football camp. And people jump on him, and you notice, you said he's 6'5", 250. I'm going to go 6'6". I'm going 265. We saw him in Vegas, and what a specimen.
Cam built in a lab.
He is.
Right. And he's never shied away from contact either.
I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't, clearly, nor would I recommend anybody who is of that size to check for him. Just don't do it.
Is it the hat?
But you notice he didn't.
Is it the hat? Is it the fashion? Is it the ascots? Is it the fashion choices? What is it about Cam Newton that says, "Try me"?
Oh, I love it.
What is it about Cam Newton that says, "Come at me, test me"? Like, is he inviting people to pull his card? Like, but now, having said all that though, I don't want to speak out of turn. Because like that just seems like, it seems like there's more to this story. Not that there's any justification or rationalization for this. No, but I'm saying like, I don't think these were strangers. I don't think these were, and I'm certainly not, trivializing or minimizing this because it was tragic, obviously. But I don't think this was as ignorant as, oh, they looked at me wrong and we started shooting at a Chiefs championship parade. I don't think that's what this was. This seems to be people that knew each other or were involved or at least competed against each other the previous day. So I'm reading from The Athletic. This was obviously a 7-on-7 game in Atlanta. It was organized by We Ball Sports. That's an apparel and sports media company. Youth under 15 and under 18 teams in Georgia and Alabama for a competitive tournament. Now Newton, his program is C1N. These people that he was involved with was Top Shelf Performance. Never heard of them. It's a wide receiver training facility in Atlanta. That's who apparently got in a fight with him. They were both coaches for Top Shelf Performance, the people who were fighting with him, two of them. And they formerly coached with Newton. This is according to a source with knowledge of elite 7-on-7 football, which is just, elite 7-on-7 football. This is where we are. So yeah, apparently these weren't exactly strangers. So all I'm saying is perhaps there was something that led up to this that we're not privy to. Not that it should ever
But he didn't throw a punch. But I'm
gone there.
You're right.
But it's just, there's something else to this story that we don't know. I'm sure Cam will address it in full on this podcast, or podcasts, plural.
And I look forward to it. I hope Cecil's a part of it too, because Cecil and Cam, that's some good content right there. But I was just pointing out, I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but I noticed that he didn't throw a punch. He didn't throw a punch. And you're being attacked. Looked like, how it started, I don't know. I do know there was a bunch of people on him, and he didn't punch anybody. I saw a punch thrown in his direction, but he didn't return it. So, sometimes, I guess the lesson is, lesson number one, even if you consider yourself a man of the people, you have been a man of the people, there's certain people you don't need to be around. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.